Okay, I invite you to notice your breath. Just notice that there's breath happening in your body. There's in-breaths and there's out-breaths. Now, there may also be thought. Let's see if there's thought. In the same way that there's a part of you that can notice the breath, that part of you can also notice if there's any thought. And if there's a thought, just sort of notice it. Rest back. See if another one comes. If there's a bunch of thoughts coming, just notice those. Rest back. See if more thoughts come. And there is this stillness here. Breath can be long and slow. Each in-breath a little longer and slower. Each out-breath a little longer and slower. Notice how that can just naturally occur. Breath can be a little longer and slower, and there's that part of you that's aware of the breath. Just noticing each in-breath and each out-breath. And there is this stillness that you are, that's aware of the sound of my voice, but not being affected by it. Aware of the breath, but not being affected by it. Aware if there's any thought, but not affected by it. So we're simply letting ourselves become aware of awareness, this observing presence that you are, that's just simply observing whatever's occurring, observing the sound of my voice, observing the breath, letting everything relax. And there is this stillness here. This awareness that you are is inherently still, inherently calm, just aware of whatever's occurring. If there's any thought, there can be this natural way of noticing them, but not getting pulled into them. What we notice is if we get pulled into the thoughts, it pulls us into a whole story. If we simply notice the thought, it doesn't have any power of its own. It just sort of drops back into the stillness. It doesn't have any power unless we jump into the thought and go on that ride. It will pull us into a story. Breath can be long and slow. Resting back in this deep, very ground of being that's very still and peaceful and calm. Each in-breath can be nice and long and slow. Each out-breath, nice and long and slow. And if there's any thought, we're just simply noticing them in the same way that you're just noticing whatever else is occurring, like the sound of my voice, the breath. And this awareness that you are is not affected by any of those occurrences. The thoughts come and go. Sometimes there's not any thought. There's just simply this awareness. This awareness will always be here. It doesn't come and go. So we can become aware of awareness, just resting back, not getting pulled into the story of the mind. Breath can be long and slow. Letting everything rest. Nice, long, slow breaths. Each in-breath, nice and long and slow. And each out-breath, nice and long and slow. Each in-breath, nice and long and slow. Each out-breath, nice and long and slow. Notice how this awareness that you are, that's observing those long, slow breaths, is just peacefully, calmly, naturally noticing the breath. There's no agenda. There's no dilemma. This awareness that you are is just inherently peaceful, inherently calm, and always exists. You have always been this same awareness. Notice. And you will always be. And this awareness that you are is not a physical thing. You couldn't grab hold of this awareness and show it to someone, and yet it's real. It's a subtler dimension of being, pure consciousness that you are and that you've always been. Because this is not a physical thing, it's not made out of atoms or molecules, it's not affected by the physical dimension of life. It's not affectable. Inherently unaffectable. Pure awareness that you've always been and that you will always be. Breath can be long and slow. Each in-breath nice and long and slow. And each out-breath nice and long and slow. And if any thoughts come, we're just simply letting them flow right on through. We can change this habit of being in the thoughts so much. Mostly our attention gets pulled into them. But in a practice such as this, we can change that habit. We can let our attention be less interested in the thoughts and more interested in awareness. Just resting in awareness. Aware of the sound of my voice, but not being affected by it. Aware of the breath, but not affected by it. Peaceful and calm. And notice the nature of this awareness that you are, because it's not a physical thing. This is the essence that you are that can't die. It can't even age. It's the same awareness that you've always been through your whole journey. All the way back to the earliest memories in this life. Same awareness. It can't die. It can't even age. And because this awareness that you are, that is inherently calm and peaceful, is not a physical thing, it's not limited to your body. If it was, all you'd be aware of is your body, but you're aware beyond your body. You're aware of the body being on a planet. And the planet is in a solar system with other planets, orbiting around a sun. And that vast, vast, vast space we call a solar system is in an even larger space we call a galaxy, which there are billions and billions of, in an even larger space we call a universe. Notice, this awareness that you are exists way, way, way beyond your body. Inherently peaceful, inherently calm. This awareness that you are has never been harmed by any of the life experiences. Nothing that anyone has ever said or done has ever altered this ongoing, eternal, pure presence that you are and you've always been. Breath can be long and slow. Allowing yourself to rest in this presence. If any thoughts come, we're just simply aware of them, not getting pulled into them, not getting captured in those storylines that they create, those beliefs that they can entangle us in. We don't have to live like that. There's another way. We can rest in presence and realize that this really is what we've always been. It has never been in any way harmed or diminished or constrained or restricted. You have always been this vast awareness. Once again, roam out from the edges of the body. Roam out and see, can you find an edge to this awareness? Notice, this awareness that you are is a dimension of being that doesn't have edges. No constraints, no requirements. You simply always are this, have always been this, and you will always be this. Nice, long, slow breath.